Locked on target.
Hi crew, and welcome to this episode 20 Minutes of Game. I'm going to be playing Alchemist Penguin for you guys by Foot in the Box LLC. In case you guys are new to 20 Minutes of Game, this is a hybrid let's play / review show where I'll introduce all the concepts in the game, but I will also play 20 minutes for you guys. So welcome to the show, and I have upgraded a little bit. I've got a countdown now, which you guys can't see, but when I actually start playing, you guys will. Alright, so let's get started. 20 minutes, engage! Alright, so again, I will wrap up at the end a little bit. I'll just show you a little bit about this. You got the controls are a little bit unique. You gotta kill dinos, do this, and this game is for $1.99 over on HEOO.com. I'll put a link down in the description. We also have different, just different styles of things. Now, I have played the game enough to unlock all the modes, which took a lot of grinding, as well as I've unlocked all of the weapons, and you'll see that's a ton. So let's go ahead and start Epic Mode, which actually is a combination of all three of these modes in here. And then I'll hopefully have time to do a Vendetta Mode, which gives an upgraded weapon, kind of like a unique weapon, like getting a Diablo Epic, but you can get it for every weapon that you have unlocked. So another important thing is that depending on what stage, there's also stage effects. So like the one that we're going to play together, I have a refreeze, where basically if you see those little white ice blocks there, I can jump on those and cross the river where the dinos can't. This one gives fish. This one is basically, it's symmetrical and whatever. This one has potions drops. This is whatever. And these are all the same maps on all the modes. I've got them unlocked in Archaeologist mode, but again, I just played enough to get mastery of the game. So here we have our loadout. This is spacebar, where you get basically various abilities such as kunai throw, dash. I like this one, which is the best one in my opinion, the saw, to basically surround you as defense. The red, the weapon deflect, blah blah blah. There's lots of stuff, even like a little duelist thing. Now for potions wise, that's your right click. These have various effect, lightning, fire, blah blah blah, the standards, but also it can generate a snowman turret, generate a turret that also generates this global freeze. There's the poison system works uniquely. It does double damage to red enemies, but has no damage to blue. But there's a lot of weapon variety, and I haven't even gotten into the weapons. Okay, so each of these weapons is drastically different. Even in the pistols, this is a standard pistol. It's about the only vanilla weapon in the game, other than maybe a shotgun. But the like this one, it includes, once you kill an enemy, it has a chance of dropping dice. And you can level up your weapons. And tell you the truth, the melee and these two weapons here, the Quicksilver and the Dissonant Tuning Fork, are the best weapons in the game. Now, there are some decent ones throughout here, but tell you the truth, a high-level play, you're going to be staying in this corner. Okay, and even in the other one. But let's get started. Since I've unlocked the last thing, I do have hats that I can buy, but I don't have enough gold. I also have an ultimate attack, which I have not unlocked all of these, but I'm going to later, because this is the only one that I actually like. It spawns a dinosaur that goes out and hunts for me, and also heals health on every hit. So there's a lot to this game for $1.99. I highly recommend it, just on the fact that the crazy amount of value you get. So I chose the tuning fork to do this, which allows me to strike on any map. Remember, I said this is the most OP weapon. You don't even need line of sight. The downside is if you strike yourself, it pauses you and you can't move. But yeah, so we're actually seeing all three of the previous modes here combined. The first one is Extinction Mode, which gives your bone meal skill, the dino that kind of goes out, it gives that mode, and you power that packed by collecting bones that the dinosaurs drop in the archaeologist mode and this mode. They do not drop anywhere else. Next, we have the brewmaster mode, and then my potion just leveled up through experience. The more potions level up uniquely, but I'll continue explaining how the different modes first, and then I'll get into how your weapons level up. So, the potions do different things. I have a regen potion equipped here. Why do I have that? Well, because I actually have 2 potions. That's complements of the brewmaster mode, where you actually get points scored by brewing potions by finding little things on the map and brewing them with your middle mouse button. I get 5 points for that in that mode, in this mode, but it's the main mode is not is to just combine all of them. Like every egg. Oh man, I didn't mean to hit that. That's a bad move. But as you can see, this is a top-down shooter. Sorry, I forgot to mention that in the beginning. This is all this game really is a top-down survival game, and this is basically horde mode, and I will get more enemies on the screen as this goes on, as well as just more challenging enemies at this as it goes on. They get weapon upgrades, just like I do. And I'll get into enemies and explaining what each one does, but you guys have a fair gist of what is going on right now. Certain enemies have range, like the Stegosaurus, but I can destroy their objects right now. Later on I can't. But last I have instinct mode. Last of the 3 modes up here, instinct mode. I can use my... It's opposite, which is one of my main complaints. My E key to... Oh, nope, it's not the E key. That's activated this one. It is my Q key to activate the power up here, which I get by grabbing the egg and taking it to the cauldron. That's one of the modes that is called instinct mode. These powers are typically available, or each of these powers is uniquely available per the mode. So archaeologist mode will have the extinction mechanic, whereas instinct mode will have the eggs. Brewmaster will have the oh gosh, sorry, I need to survive here. Alright, and that was my spacebar bone saw thing I was talking about earlier. As I said, most useful, especially with this item. Oh no, I used them both. I did not mean to use them both. So basically the uniqueness of this game is the fact that there's so many modes and so many maps and so many map effects that it hasn't gotten old to me, and I've played the game for about 3 hours of review. I'll show you my playtime, or you should have been able to see it from the previous screen, but just in case my face covered it up, I will narrate it plainly. So if you see these little gold blocks around, or the gold coins, well, yes, they're gold coins. Weapons cost 25 each. Actually, all the power-ups cost 25 each in this game. So you will be spending a lot of time just playing, but I was never felt like really rushed. And I never felt like something was too expensive because everything's 25. So I'm going to use my power-up potion, which... the reason why I keep regen potion up here, because I typically... Oh man, they got me. I was expecting... Usually I make it to at least rank 4 or 5. But you can see this game is really hectic. So, yeah, we definitely have time for Divas mode. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to stick with the tuning fork. But as you can see, yeah, I've played about 3 hours to unlock all the modes. And all the modes are scored differently. So I know this doesn't make sense, but I mean, like, if we go to loadout here, I only have the bone meal. I don't have the other abilities. You always have potion, you always have your primary weapon, you always have spacebar. But like brewmaster, well, I didn't click on brewmaster. I go into a level, bam, I have a potion here instead of the other extinct. I can equip 2 potions instead of just 1. So, and the reason why I have that one up top is it's easy to, or the regen potion is the one I keep, is it's easy to get the ingredients and you frequently don't use them and you're storing them up. And the regen potion, once you have it brewed or off of cooldown, it will regenerate your health. When you activate it, it draws all the hearts in the area near to you. So it draws them to you pretty much. So it activates like a magnet. Very useful skill. But again, it's because of the nature of the activations and whatnot, I can just hold one activation back and get permanent health regen. So that's generally my strategy with that. So I wanted to show you guys the various different effects. So you saw how my tuning effect or fork behaved in that one. Well, as I said, behaviors change in this one. Now my tuning fork does a double shock. So it has a residual blast, which makes it the most OP weapon in the game. In my opinion, it was the most OP weapon before because it slowed and attacked dinos from not point of sight. You could just click anywhere and it had a short cooldown. But now with this, it has a really easy cooldown. So, yeah, see, watch. 1 click. Hits twice. It's now enough to pretty much take out anything. Oh, one thing about this mode, though. It changes the power-ups yet again. I only need to collect 1 of everything, or 1 of the glowing things to do that. And it's starting to give me upgraded enemies right away. So these yellow dinos sometimes get shoes, and they just charge you. They're kamikazes. After they hit you once, they will blow up. They give, the green dinos give arcing projectiles. Stegosauruses are annoying as heck in this game. And these guys are annoying as heck. They start off throwing a spear, but their second upgrade is to start shooting a gun, which is a straight, fast projectile. Hard to dodge, once you start dodging a lot of projectiles, it's very hard. Oh yeah, in this level, there's fish that spawn randomly, like you just saw one in there, that grant me food. But if I step underneath a dino, it drops, or a dino there, it drops an enemy. So you kind of got to be aware of that as well. So honestly, I think Quicksilver Gun would have been stronger on this map, but because I don't know if I will have another playthrough, or get the chance to play another game for you guys, I wanted to show you the different weapon effect. I wanted to show you Quicksilver, which is a straight kind of cannon piercing shot. It moves slowly, but it does an AoE effect where it will do 5 hits on any dino. But the downside is, you saw that green little projectile. If that hits the Quicksilver, it will destroy it mid-flight before it does its 5 pierce. And it makes it kind of more interesting if you want to face a more gun-based battle. But there's also, like, always risk and rewards with anything. Like, I don't have much burst with this, but I have massive AoE, even though it's technically low damage. And this is low damage. Most items, most high-powered items like I use, like the Quicksilver, will kill any of these guys in one shot. Might take multiple hits, but that's the one thing good about the Quicksilver is it will pierce until it goes all the way through them, i.e. if I shoot it once at these blue mooses that took like 10 hits from this gun, it will destroy it completely and totally, because all 5 hits will go into the moose, plus it just hits stronger. So as you can see, this game's getting quite hectic. One of the things that I failed to mention is the sound design. This is the one fault I have with the sound thus far, is it's highly repetitive. There's 6 songs in the entire game, but again, I'm not like, you can't really expect much from a $2 game in that regard, as far as sound design goes. But you know, I think that this game is thus far really good, really solid, very, very intuitive. Some of the upgrades are kind of like, what? ever. There's almost little to no story. I only know the story from the Reddit post when I saw Let's Play, or Reddit Let's Play, where the game author introduced what it was kind of about, and the itch.io site. Basically, a penguin has traveled back in time, and he's being waylaid by dinosaurs. And now the game is starting to get hard, because everyone's gotten to their ultimate abilities. Yeah, the little yellow things get shields, everything else becomes... The little yellow guys get way faster. I might die here, too. The armor givers. Oh, that's another unique mechanic that I probably won't get to show off. There's these giant mace-tailed dinosaurs. I don't know what they're called. Oh, man. Alright. But what they do is they throw armor. If the armor hits a dino, it gives them basically double health. You kill that dino before the armor hits them, steps underneath where they were, and then you'll also get the armor attached to you for plus 25 health. It doesn't actually go into your health, but basically you get a shield that absorbs 25. So there is a lot of depth here. So I switched to the Quicksilver. And we're going to try this. We might get owned, because I don't think the Quicksilver is built for this game type very much, or very well. But as you can see, the Quicksilver gun pierces, and it does an AoE. And I just demonstrated the weakness. There is, these yellow things are my bane of the Quicksilvers. So, I think the Quicksilver is probably the second strongest gun in the game. I think the tuning fork that I just had was the strongest. The melee might very well be, because there's... Melee is ridiculously powerful as well, which, you know, as you expect. Like, a melee can pretty much one-hit almost any dinosaur besides one with armor. So... but you also have a high risk of, you know, them running into you. And there's certain risks and rewards with all the melee weapons as well. Like the katana, every time you make a hit on a dinosaur, you swing faster, faster, faster. Until you get hit, and then you lose your chain, and then you start attacking slower, you know, your base attack speed goes down. Also, if that wasn't enough, with the katana, once you get a kill, you have a chance of generating a shuriken that will instantly home in on the nearest dino and get a guaranteed hit. And it does a sizable amount of damage. It can one-shot the little yellow things. So it's pretty powerful. But the one that I prefer is the mace, which is the mace, what it does is every time you hit, it does progressively more and more damage. So it you build up a chain, but once you miss your attack, it no longer it takes a damage penalty. So yeah, I think you lose like a fourth of your total bar. And i.e. you have to make more hits to become more powerful. It gets strong enough to one-hit those dinos, or these red dinos, which traditionally are two-hit enemies. Wow, that was good. So commentating definitely takes a little bit out of my game. Oh man, I wish I had enough to buy a hat, but you can evidently use the hats in all the modes when you unlock this last mode. So let's show off... No, let's show off the mace, which I haven't leveled up, but I just wanted to show that mechanic more in depth. So all the weapons are unique. So you see, it starts off kind of weak, doing more and more damage. Oh no! Now I'm using the melee. Their dodges are more apparent. You can see in the bottom left, that little red bar, which usually indicates ammo, Well, actually, my face is... No, my face isn't covered. Yay, you guys can see that. It denotes how much damage it's built up. Once that gets full, then it will be at full damage. So its honed ability, or that it only gets in this ultimate mode, is basically oh gosh, melee's a lot harder than what it is, and I'm missing because of my commentary. Sorry guys. I mean, I'm not trying to blame you guys for doing poorly, but it's just, you really need to focus on melee because it's really becomes a different game. And melee. Oh no! Review mode engaged. So that's basically our 20 minutes of game. Wow, I had to talk fast. Oh man, foot in the box. You guys really packed a ton in this game for $1.99. It was very hard for me to explain it. Hope you guys got the explanation part and the let's play of just showing 20 minutes of play. Still didn't get to talk about how things leveled up, and I'll just do that real quick. Because this is part of the review. You level weapons up by using them. Each kill you get gives you 1 XP. Potions, you collect the little blue things on the ground. It kind of boosts their regen rate. And then each cast of the spacebar levels that skill up. Potions gain XP over time, as well as when you cast them, from what I can see. You guys can correct me, foot in the box, if that's wrong. I'm a little bit confused by it still, even after 3 hours of me dedicatedly trying to, I think I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out what affected what with potions. But potions level up pretty much on their own. All these abilities just level up when you use them. So that's and there's max 3 levels on every item in the game, so you can see where this is a ton of playthrough and replayability. I mean, I got 20%, 27% through the game, quote unquote, and I've spent 3 hours in this game. And as you can see, the difficulty is quite difficult. And I would say story-wise, there's not much for people here. So for my lore masters out there, not so much. For my warriors that love a high score challenge, this game is one of the better challenges that I have seen in a game. I was using the most powerful weapons in the game, in my opinion, and I still managed to get only 4 out of 5 stars, or 3 out of 5 stars, and then 2 out of 5 with the melee. So I'm saying that this game has a lot of challenge in it. It does have a local co-op mode as well. I think. But yeah, I mean, this game has a lot in it for $1.99, and it's really a quality game. But one of my primary criticisms on it. And again, this is just me being picky, and I know this is a team of 3 guys, so I'm not like really being hard on you for this, but I believe the art is inconsistent, okay? So that's one of the primary peeves in me. The penguin has big eyes, is done in a certain like sprightly way, but the dinos are kind of this low res thing. The animations are limited, but they are never distracting, and that's key to this game. Is they don't distract me. The animations do their job, but you guys can tell if this game is for you at this point. Again, I played the 2 most complex and difficult modes in the game for you guys. So the other ones are a little slower, but not by much. They ramp up a lot slower. But it's just, I had a lot of fun reviewing this, and thumbs up from you guys. If you guys like top-down shooters like I do, and don't care about the story or anything else like that in the game, then I would recommend Alchemist Penguin. It's a pretty solid game for $1.99. I mean, another one of my critiques is the music, and it's not the music composition, but it's the sound effects that really go into the game. So like swinging a sword or something, has a kind of whew sound effect, which is okay. Don't get me wrong, but it feels like some of the songs are super repetitious, like without anything going on in it. And for only having 6 songs, it's not like too bad, but it's still is what it is. So I mean, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 songs. So you know, and they're Creative Commons songs. They're good, but they're just not like super high quality songs. I mean, but they fit well enough. So options here we have, you know, just basic options. You can rebind all of the controls back, but I mean, the real drawing points of this game are the weapons and everything else. I mean, it's the weapons and the unlocks is the draw of this game, and this game has it in the spades. Interesting weapons, unique weapons. There's one like the Hammer of Dawn and Gears. There's one where you throw exploding pineapples like the Monkeys or the Balloons games. You know, there's return or attack fruit, pretty much, where you throw the fruit, bounces off them, and comes back to you in an arc. There's just a ton of interesting weapons in this game. So would I recommend it? Yep, I give a good thumbs up. I will probably be playing this well beyond the review, just when I want to relax a little bit after I do longer reviews. So hey, I think this wraps up this episode of 20 minutes of game, and thank you, and until we meet again, stay on target.
You